Just going to go through changing some friction hinges on your windows. First I'll explain the different sizes that you need to check, because in the industry standard you've got a 13mm stack, which is that thickness across there. So that's a 13, that one's a 17. So you just need to check that measurement. Also then you've got your length. Now these come in 200mm, 250, 300, 400, 500 and 600mm. So just check the length. The other thing you need to be aware of is that they are handed. So when you open them, like this one here, our Springwell range hinge has got an arrow which points to the outside. So arrow to the outside, opens like that. It will open the other way, but it's not right. It won't close properly and you'll damage the hinge. So just make sure that you open it to the right way. So now we're just going to remove the hinges off this window and then show you how to replace them with another set. They don't have to be the same make of hinge. All friction hinges work in the same way, so you don't need to make sure that if it says Cotswold on it that you've got to get a Cotswold hinge. You don't. Any friction hinge will replace another one. So we're going to take these hinges off. Now I really would advise that two people do this, because when the hinges come off and you take the frame out, the window's going to be heavy with the glass in. So either take the glass out or two people, so one can hold the window while you're taking the screws out of the other. So you'll have 3, maybe 4 screws in the bottom, depending on the length of the hinge. So just unscrew them. I always do the bottom one first. So you've got to take the last screw out, just put your hand on it, and if you've not got anybody else holding it up for you. Then just pull down on the top hinge and close it up. And then you'll be able to tilt it forward, lift it out. Now we've got the frame removed, we're just going to go through fitting a new one to it. Now you might think that the screw holes are all in the same place and it's just a matter of take it off, screw it back on. If you're lucky it is, but don't rely on that. The most important thing you need to do is that hinge is off the frame by a certain amount. So you measure that, whatever it is there, so that's like 15mm. So when you put the new hinges on, you've got to make sure that they're projecting the same amount. Let's get this off. So we talked about the 13 and the 17mm stack hinges. This one that's come off this window is a 17. It looks different, it's got these packing pieces on, but it's the same height when you put them side by side. So they're saying different make of hinge to this one, but it'll fit exactly the same way. Put it on, take our measurement, try and hold it steady while you open the hinge, which is the hard bit. So what we've got here is we've got one screw hole showing, so we'll start off and put one screw in there. That's got a slight adjustment on it, on the screw hole. Right, we tighten that up, close it up and just check That looks too big to me. No. No, should be okay. And then you can put the rest of the screws in. Turn it over. Another one. So as you can see, that hole is slightly elongated, so it gives you a tiny bit of adjustment if you need to. So always try and put the screw in the middle of the hole. So now we'll put it back in the frame. So pull your hinges out. Don't have to pull them all the way out, but so you slot it in. Bottom in first, and just pull the top in. That'll be a bit tight, but it'll clip in. Push it right up into the corner. Get the screwing in the top first. Just put a couple of screws in first, and then we can try it before we put the rest in. And you think it's all right, get the rest of the screws put in. Just check that you're all right, there's no gaps around the edge, to make sure you've got them all right. You can usually tell if it's right because your welds, these will line straight through. For any more advice, if on any other aspects of window repairs you want to carry out, have a look on our YouTube channel or our website for the how-to guides, or give us a call on 0113 236 0800.